Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Pro Plays YouTube channel. I am back. You are back. We are back for college football week 0 coming up. We have 5 games on Saturday. Only going to talk about 2 of them. The big game, Iowa State going up against Kansas State. Then we're going to look at Sam Houston going up against Western Kentucky as well. A little bit of a new format. No surprise. I've been gone for 2 months, almost 2 months. It was great. Besides, I was dealing with some health concerns, but over the last 2 weeks, this has been the best 2 weeks I've ever felt, maybe in my entire life. So we're going to give this another shot. And I did say I was going to come back to college football anyway. So you guys knew I was coming back. Hopefully you did. Hopefully you guys stuck around and, finished the football season with me at least. I am going to set a goal of 60% this season in college football. Every game below 6% will be $5 in a pot giveaway to somebody at the end of the year. So if I'm at 55%, that could be 10 to 15 games under 60%. So it could be 50, 60, 70, up to 100 probably dollars of a giveaway towards the end of the season. But yeah, 6% is going to be the goal. We're going to try for at least 2 to 3 games on Saturday and 2 to 3 player props on Saturday. And then Thursday, Friday, MAC doesn't start for, I think, 2 more weeks. So we're going to have MACtion. We're going to have Sun Belt games, Conference USA games. We're going to have all the weekday games as well. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then whenever NFL starts, we'll have obviously Monday, Thursday, Sunday. We're going to have a lot of videos over the football season, but I am excited to be back. Hopefully you guys stuck around for the journey. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm back now and I'm ready to talk about some football. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about Iowa State going up against Kansas State for the first game. I will start off by saying this. Iowa State has kind of owned the Kansas State Wildcats over the last 5 games. 1-4 straight up going up against the Wildcats over the last 5. The only game that Kansas State won was a 10-9 matchup 3 games ago. It was right smack dab in the middle. They lost 2, won 1, lost 2. I think Kansas State is the better team, though, in this matchup. I don't think a lot of people are going to argue that. I think they have the better head coach, and I think they have the better quarterback coming into this game. Rocco's going to be back for Iowa State. The only problem with Iowa State this season that I see, a little bit lesser of a defense. I think the defense is a little bit weaker, and they lost 2,000-yard receivers last year. So that means Rocco is going to have to find ways to get the ball to other guys. They lost Higgins, and they lost Noel from last year. Both of those guys, 1,000-plus yards, 1,194 and 1,183. You got to find a way to fill in those shoes for Iowa State on the offensive side. For Kansas State, they lost Giddens, obviously a huge part for them. But having Johnson in the backfield as your quarterback, he was good last year. He needs to make the extra step this season. And I do think the loser of this game is out of the conference championship game. Yes, I did say it, week 0, Iowa State going up against Kansas State. Loser of this game, you might as well say goodbye to your season. This is a very important game for conference. Big 12 has multiple teams very, very good this season. Utah's one. Texas Tech could be one. K-State could be one. Arizona State's definitely one. I think Arizona's going to maybe be at the bottom of the leaderboard in the Big 12, which might surprise some people. Also, Kansas this year. Look out for Kansas. Jalen Daniels back under center. Maybe Leipold figures it out for the Jayhawks this year. Last season, Kansas, I think they were like 1-6 in one-score games. So maybe they flip the switch here, start winning some games that they wouldn't have won last year. They win them this year, change the culture. He's got that MAC blood in him, so you know that he's going to be coaching well for the Jayhawks this season. Take K-State minus 2.5. I think it's all the way up to 3.5 now. I'm going to buy the extra point. You got to put a little bit more cheddar on this one, a little bit more guacamole to get the line that you want. But I think Kansas State, they win this game at least by 7+ points. So K-State minus 2.5 move the play. I think Avery Johnson's going to be the impact player in this game with Edwards in the backfield with him. 13 carries, 64 yards last time he played Iowa State last season. I think he does it again this season, 60+ yards for Avery Johnson. He's going to be one of my player props for tomorrow. We're going to talk about that at the very end. So Avery Johnson over the total rushing yards, and Kansas State minus 2.5 for the first 2 plays. Second 2 plays, Western Kentucky going up against Sam Houston. Sam Houston is an absolute shambles. They lost several players. One transfer starter for this season. Only one player from the transfer portal will be starting for Sam Houston, and I believe it's the left tackle. Everybody else is brand new besides the quarterback position. That's going to be Hunter Watson. Now, a pretty good player. He is run first, though. If you watch Sam Houston last season, they were definitely a run first team. Hunter was one of the lead backs last year at the quarterback position. They lost Ducker. They lost McKinney. So he doesn't have his 2 running backs back there in the backfield anymore. It's going to be on the shoulders of Watson the entire game. And Western Kentucky, yes, they had a lot of turnover. Both these teams had a lot of turnover, a lot of different personnel. They have 16 transfers from the portal starting in this game. 16 of the 22. A lot of different players on both sides of the ball. Maybe a slow start here for Western Kentucky, but they are the far better team in this matchup. Maverick coming over from Abilene Christian, nearly 4,000 yards last season, 30-plus touchdowns last season. I think the offense has potential to be mainly kind of a Bailey Zappi kind of Western Kentucky, like we saw, 3, 4, 5 years ago, whatever it was, whenever Zappi set all those records. So I really like Western Kentucky in this game. Going to take them minus 10.5. I just think Sam Houston has too many problems, too many people that left the team, too many people that they didn't get in the transfer portal. They just don't have the talent. I think Western Kentucky has all the talent in the world this season, especially in the conference that they're in. I think they will make a run for that conference championship. I'm going to take them to get off to a hot start, and I'm going to trust the veteran quarterback play and slinging it of Mavericks. Plus, obviously, Mavericks are a great first name. So minus 7.5 here for Western Kentucky. Let's talk about the other player prop for tomorrow. We're going to take Jalen Daniels anytime touchdown. Now, I live in Kansas. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Kansas football fan. I love the Kansas basketball program, go to a lot of games during the season. KU got a new stadium. It's a sold-out crowd for the Jayhawks tomorrow going up against Fresno State. Fresno State, they're okay. They're not good. They're not great. They're just okay. I don't think they're going to be anything very special this season. If you needed to maybe get another bet in, I think I'd take the over in that game before I took Kansas minus the 14 or whatever it is. But I think Kansas is gonna dominate this one going up against Fresno State. They should be able to dominate with Jalen Daniels. I think he's gonna do it on the ground. I'm gonna take anytime touchdown for Jalen Daniels. 2 or 3 years ago, whenever he had that big chain, the gold chain, you know what I'm talking about. He had the highlight plays on his neck or whatever it was. Injury, didn't play all that great last year. This has to be a year that Jalen Daniels plays even better. So I'm going to take him here to start things off. He's a little cocky, but I like it. He's a little cocky. I like that about him. I like that in his personality. Give me Jalen Daniels here. Anytime touchdown for the final player prop. All the plays for Saturday on week 0. I am going to talk about a little bit of the other games besides Stanford and Hawaii. I'm going to break that down on the member side. If you know anything about me, you know exactly where I'm going in that game, so you really don't even need to be a member to know what I'm thinking on that one. But Kansas State minus 2.5 will be the play. Western Kentucky minus 10.5. Avery Johnson over the 51.5. I think he goes for 60-plus pretty easily. It does suck that sacks count towards negative rushing yards in college, but we're going to live with that. And then Jalen Daniels, anytime touchdown at plus 110. Other games I like that are going on tomorrow. We already talked about all of them besides the UNLV game. I think UNLV is going to be pretty good this season. In the G5, I think UNLV is one of those teams. I think Boise State, I think a lot of people just write in Boise State for that last spot in the playoffs since the playoff started, but JMU is another team that people have been talking about. JMU can maybe sneak in the G5. They've got a tough couple of games, but they have to probably go 11-1. Boise State most likely going to go 11-1 this season, maybe 12-0. So we'll see on the G5. I think UNLV is probably the play tomorrow. I don't know what the spread is. I think it's, if I had to guess, probably up to 25, 28, somewhere around there. If you just feel the itch to bet every game tomorrow, UNLV would be the play for me in that game. But for us, we're going K-State, we're going Western Kentucky, we're going Avery Johnson, and we're going Jalen Daniels. Guys, I'm excited to be back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Good luck to everybody on Saturday. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, though, as well. Everybody, good luck on Saturday. Thanks for watching.